It didn't happen like a lightning strike or a sudden detour on a midnight bike. You didn't pack your bags and slam the door, leaving nothing but a shadow on the floor. It was a slower kind of quiet tragedy, like a fading signal on the radio frequency. First it was the laughter that began to slip, then the gentle pressure of your fingertips. You started leaving parts of you behind in the blurry spaces of a distracted mind. A little less of us in every single word, until the silence was the only thing I heard. 'Cause I didn't lose you all at once, it's true. I lost you in pieces, bit by bit of you. A skipped text message, a colder embrace, a faraway look on a familiar face. By the time I realized the fire had gone cold, there wasn't even ashes left for me to hold. I was standing in an empty room, staring at the floor, wondering which piece of you was the one that locked the door. I found a fragment of you in the kitchen sink, in the way you used to pause before you take a drink. And there's a splinter of us in the passenger seat, where we used to sing along to a heavy bassline beat. But they're just disconnected shards of a broken glass, swept into a corner of a painful past. If you had broken my heart with a single heavy blow, at least I'd have a scar, at least I would know. But you chipped away the edges until the structure fell, leaving me to wander through this hollowed out shell. I spent months trying to glue the jagged parts in place, only to find I was holding on to empty space. Just pieces, a fraction of your smile, a habit that I kept, the side of the bed where you no longer slept. I'm picking up the shards, but they cut too deep. Losing you in pieces is a memory I can't keep. I still wait for you. The street lamps flicker on right around 6, and the shadows do that same familiar trick. They stretch across the driveway, making shapes in the gray, mocking me for wishing you were heading this way. The neighbors roll their trash bins down to the curb, while I sit in a silence that I'm afraid to disturb. I left your spare key under the fake plastic stone, even though I've spent the last 6 months alone. I haven't changed the passcode on the security gate, and I still eat my dinner on a matching blue plate. It's a foolish kind of habit, a delusion I keep, like a child who is convinced they're just talking in sleep. 'Cause the logic in my head says you're miles away, probably loving someone new, living day to day. But my feet are still anchored to the spot where we broke, and my throat is still burning from the words that we spoke. They call it moving forward, they call it getting through, but I'm still standing still, and I still wait for you. Every time the phone vibrates on the wooden stand, a sudden jolt of electricity hits my hand. I know it's just a bill or a telemarket scheme, but for half a split second I live in the dream where you say you made a massive mistake in the dark, and you're driving back home to relight the spark. Is there a deadline for hope? Is there a shelf life for grief? When does a beautiful memory turn into a thief? I'm letting life pass me by like a train on a track, just waiting for the ghost of you to finally look back. And I know that it's killing me, this stubborn belief, but letting you go feels like the ultimate thief. I'm still standing still, and I still wait for you. Yeah, I still wait for you. The porch light is on, the front door is unlocked. The years keep ticking by like a cruel, heavy clock. Everyone else has gone, but I still wait for you. I'm staring at the silhouette you left against the wall, waiting for a shadow that I know will never fall. Your favorite cup is sitting where you dropped it on the floor, right beside the keys you used to lock the final door. I try to sweep the fragments up, but it's a losing game when every little particle is whispering your name. The pictures in the hallway are beginning to decay. The colors that we painted with are fading into gray. I try to breathe you in, but there is nothing left to hold. Just a sudden shiver from a room that's growing cold. You took tomorrow with you, left me stranded in the dark, a fragile pile of ashes from the shore and brilliant spark. 'Cause we built a kingdom out of promises and trust, but a sudden what we used to be, sweeping up the pieces of the ghost you left with me. The clock keeps ticking forward, but my world is standing still. If time is meant to heal me, I don't think it ever will. I find a trace of you inside the pocket of my coat, a crumpled piece of paper with a silly little note. It's funny how a phrase can make a heartbeat start to break and remind me of the choices that I can no longer make. I try to hold on to the words, but they just slip away like sand between my fingers at the closing of the day. And I wonder if you're breathing easier out there, if you're walking under blue skies without a single care. Did you shake the debris off your shoulders when you left? Or are you also standing in the middle of this theft? Did we burn too bright too fast, until there's nothing left to save? Just a quiet, empty room that feels exactly like a grave. Ticking forward, but my world is standing still. If time is meant to heal me, I don't think it ever will. Nothing but dust sifting through my hands, scattered on the floor where you used to stand. Just a breath of wind, and you're not here anymore. Love turned to dust. I'm still holding on. The winter came and took the leaves away. The sky outside is painted denim gray, and everybody says I'm doing fine because I smile right on cue and walk the line. They see me working, moving with the crowd. They don't hear the silence screaming out so loud. I keep my head up just to block the view of every single space that once belonged to you. I found your old receipt from that diner on the coast. It's funny how the little things can hurt the absolute most. The ink is fading just like you and me, a blurry record of who we used to be. I should throw it in the trash and clear the space. Instead, I hide it in a secret place. 'Cause my mind knows you're gone, it's a factual thing. It knows the phone is never gonna ring, but my heart is a stubborn, beautiful fool that keeps on breaking every single rule. The world told me let go 100 days ago, but my hands didn't get the memo. Don't you know everybody's moving, the current's rushing strong, and I'm still holding on. Ooh. Tried to go out dancing with some friends last night, but the music was too loud, the lights were too bright. Somebody asked my name and tried to buy a drink, and all I did was stare at my shoes and think about the way your laugh could cut through any room, and how a crowded bar just feels like a tomb. On my fingers holding on to tight ropes made of smoke. Is this love just a cruel, recurring joke? They say there's freedom when you finally let it spill, but if I let you go, what's left of my will? I'm terrified that if I open up my fist, you'll fade away like early morning mist. And I'd rather burn from the friction of the rope than live in a world without a shred of every single rule. The world told me let go 100 days ago, but my hands didn't get the memo. Don't you know everybody's moving, the current's rushing strong, and I'm still holding on. Yeah, I'm still holding on. Still holding on to you. Love turned to dust. I'm staring at the silhouette you left against the wall, waiting for a shadow that I know will never fall. Your favorite cup is sitting where you dropped it on the floor, right beside the keys you used to lock the final door. I try to sweep the fragments up, but it's a losing game when every little particle is whispering your name. The pictures in the hallway are beginning to decay. The colors that we painted with are fading into gray. I try to breathe you in, but there is nothing left to hold. Just a sudden shiver from a room that's growing cold. You took tomorrow with you, left me stranded in the dark, a fragile pile of ashes from a short and brilliant spark. 'Cause we built a kingdom out of promises and trust, but a sudden wind blew through and love turned to dust. Now I'm choking on the memories of what we used to be, sweeping up the pieces of the ghost you left with me. The clock keeps ticking forward, but my world is standing still. If time is meant to heal me, I don't think it ever will. I find a trace of you inside the pocket of my coat, a crumpled piece of paper with a silly little note. It's funny how a phrase can make a heartbeat start to break and remind me of the choices that I can no longer make. I try to hold on to the words, but they just slip away like sand between my fingers at the closing of the day. And I wonder if you're breathing easier out there, if you're walking under blue skies without a single care. Did you shake the debris off your shoulders when you left, or are you also standing in the middle of this theft? Did we burn too bright too fast until there's nothing left to save? Just a quiet empty room that feels exactly like a grave. Up the pieces of the ghost you left with me. The clock keeps ticking forward, but my world is standing still. If time is meant to heal me, I don't think it ever will. Nothing but dust sifting through my hands, scattered on the floor where you used to stand. Just a breath of wind, and you're not here anymore. Love turned to dust. Love turned to dust. The goodbye I replay. The screen door rattled as you turned to go, a quiet ending to a lifelong show. You didn't scream, you didn't throw a fit, you just blew out the candle we had lit. I stood right there beside the kitchen sink, too numb to cry, too paralyzed to think. The coat you wore was dark navy blue, and that's the final frame I have of you. Now every night when I lie down to sleep, the quiet in this bedroom gets too deep. My mind digs back up that faded scene and projects it on a mental movie screen. I watch you turn, I watch you catch your breath, a slow motion cinematic death. I try to change the ending every time, to make you stay, to alter up the line. Cause I'm stuck inside a theater in my head, replaying every single word you said. The way your keys jingled in your palm, the terrifying way that you were calm. The world keeps moving on outside the door, but I'm still standing on this hardwood floor, rewinding to the part where you still stay. The goodbye I replay. The goodbye I replay. I freeze the frame right where you reached the car, before you drove away and went too far. I zoom in on the look inside your eyes, to see if there was sadness or surprise. But it's a tape that's wearing thin and old, the colors bleeding out into the cold. Just static where the warmth used to reside. A ghost story I keep locked up inside. Why does the mind love to torture itself so? Revisiting the blade that dealt the blow. I know the script by heart, I know the cue. I know the exact second I lost you. But like a tragic film I can't turn off, I watch the dust settle in the trough, hoping for a different twist of fate, knowing that it's always far too late. Goodbye I replay. The goodbye I replay. Pressing play again, watching you depart. The final breaking of a stubborn heart. The credits roll, the lights go dark and gray, and I'm still trapped in the goodbye I replay. I see your face and a stranger on the subway train. I hear your laugh in the rhythm of the falling rain. I try to clear the closet, try to paint the room, to rid the corners of the suffocating gloom. But every coat I hang up, every brush I trace, just brings me back to the memory of your embrace. They told me time would dull the edges of the blade, that I'd forget the promises we blindly made. But June arrives and finds me sitting on the floor, staring at the space where you don't live anymore. It's a special kind of heavy when the world moves on, and you're still weeping for a ghost that's long since gone. 'Cause I can burn the letters, I can change my name, I can tell myself that we were both to blame. I can cross the ocean, find a brand new shore, and swear I'm never looking backward anymore. But when the night gets quiet and the shadows set, you're still the only love I can't forget. I found a ticket stub from that July display, when we watched the fireworks melt into the gray. You held me tight and whispered something in my ear, a little vow I thought would outlive every year. Now the sky is empty and the ground is cold, and I'm just clutching on to stories we outgrow. Is it easy for you? Do you ever look always feel the same, because I'm trapped inside the echo of a final word, the loudest silence that I've ever heard. It's quiet and the shadows set. You're still the only love I can't forget, the love I can't forget. It's in the air I breathe, it's in the way I sleep, a permanent tattoo that I'm forced to keep. The world moves on, but I'm not over it yet. You're still the love I can't forget. The second hand froze on the face of the clock. The sound of your footsteps went down to the block. I remember the crinkle of your coat as you turned, and the terrifying speed at which a bridge could be burned. The air in the hallway grew heavy and thick, like a sudden bad fever that makes a man sick. The silence you left was a physical blow, a violent echoing motionless snow. Your coffee was steaming, still warm on the stand, just inches away from the shape of your hand. The television was humming a late night debate, completely unaware of the shift in our fate. The world didn't stop, though it felt like a crime for the earth to keep spinning in regular time. Your car passed outside, casting lines on the wall, as I stood in the wreckage of losing it all. 'Cause the world didn't end when you walked out the door. The sky didn't fall to the living room floor, but everything changed in the blink of an eye. The moment you left me, you taught me to die. A quiet explosion that nobody heard, the shattering weight of a final cold word. The universe shifted, colors went gray the moment you walked away. I stayed in that spot for an hour or two, afraid if I moved it would make it all true. The ghost of your presence was everywhere then, in the crease of the rug, in the click of a pen. I replayed your exit 1,000 times more, the tilt of your shoulder, the latch of the door, trying to find where the breakdown began, where the love of my life turned into a ghost of a man. It's the quietest trauma, the cleanest divorce, when nobody screams and there's no physical force, just a pack in the bags and a key on the side, and a massive expanding uncrossable tide. You didn't slam doors and you didn't yell hey, you just closed the chapter and sealed up our fate. And that gentle departure is what hurts the most, leaving me here with a house full of ghosts. click of the lock, the sound of the street, the sudden sharp drop where the two of us meet. It's frozen in stone, it's etched in my head. The moment you left me, everything bled. I pulled into the driveway, turned the engine off. Static on the radio was turning into coughs. I walked up to the front door, put my key inside the slot, and stepped into the hallway of the life that we had bought. The couch is where we put it, the pictures haven't moved, but something in the atmosphere is brutally altered. You're sitting at the table with a glass of lukewarm tea. You look up at my face, but you're not looking right at me. The conversation's careful, like we're walking upon glass. Two actors in a theater play whose time has passed. I reach out for your shoulder just to see if you're still there, but my fingers only tangle in a rush of freezing air. 'Cause the roof is still above us and the walls are painted blue, but I am just a stranger sharing breakfast here with you. We have the same address, we lock the same front door, but the sanctuary we once had don't live here anymore. I can lay beside you all night long until the dawn is shown, but you don't feel like home. It's the longest kind of distance when you're inches from someone, and you realize the warmth you had is completely gone. We're going through the motions, saying how was your whole day, while hiding all the heavy things we actually wanna say. The house is made of lumber, made of bricks and heavy stone, but a home is where you're covered, not where you feel alone. I miss the way your laughter used to echo through the hall. I miss the way your shadow used to comfort every wall. Now it's just a museum of a love we used to hold, where everything is beautiful and everything is cold. I'm packing up my spirit, 'cause there's nothing left to say. You can't live in a house that feels exactly like a grave. Oh. 'Cause the roof is still above us and the walls are painted blue, but I am just a stranger sharing breakfast here with you. We have the same address, we lock the same front door, but the sanctuary we once had don't live here anymore. I can lay beside you all night long until the dawn is shown, but you don't feel like home. You don't feel like home. Just an empty room, just a quiet space with a familiar face. I'm standing in the kitchen, but I'm entirely alone. You don't feel like home. The canvas is sitting on the easel by the door, with a splash of deep crimson running down to the floor. A rough sketch of shoulders, the curve of a face, but the features are missing in a blank empty space. You took all the brushes, you packed up the paint, left the outlines behind like a dying complaint. I'm a half-written sentence, a song with no hook, a beautiful chapter torn right out of the book. 'Cause you left me unfinished, a work in decay. You walked out the studio and carried the day. A house with no roof, a frame with no glass, just a ghost of a future that never will pass. I'm waiting for textures you promised to bring, but I'm just a bird with a half-painted wing. Yeah, the gallery's empty, the shadows are wide, and I'm stuck here unfinished, with nowhere to hide. Left me unfinished. I look at the blueprints we drew on the bed, a palace of promises built in my head. Now the scaffolding's rusting under grey rainy skies, a monument built on your beautiful eyes. The concrete is dry, but the walls are half done, a skeletal ruin underneath the cold sun. It's a strange kind of torture to look at apart and know that it never will turn into art. 'Cause you left me unfinished, a work in decay. You walked out the studio and carried the day. A house with no roof, a frame with no glass, just a ghost of a future that never will pass. I'm waiting for textures you promised to bring, but I'm just a bird with a half-painted wing. Yeah, the gallery's empty, the shadows are wide, and I'm stuck here unfinished, with nowhere to hide. How do I finish the lines on my own when the style that you used was yours alone? I try to grab charcoal, I try to fill gaps, but the further I go, the more it collapses. You took the final desire. Just a rough draft, an unpolished stone, a melody freezing out here on its own. Yeah, you closed up the book, left the pages to bleach. You left me unfinished, just out of reach. I'm still staring at the text you didn't send, looking for the boundary line where we became the end. The coffee makes us hungry, but the kitchen's completely still. You left your favorite sweater sitting on the windowsill. No final fight, no slamming doors, no tears to dry away. Just a sudden midnight quiet that stretched into the day. You took your keys, you took your shoes, you took the life we made, and left me in the wreckage of a ghost that will not fade. 'Cause you left without closure, left without a word, leaving me with questions that will never quite be heard. You just slipped out through the static, vanished in the air, and left me loving someone who is no longer there. Now I'm drafting up a script for a final tragic scene, but I'm acting by myself where our future should have been. Yeah, the chapter's fully finished, but the pages won't turn over, 'cause you walked out the door and you left without closure. I asked your sister if she knew, she just shook her head, said you always ran away from the things that should be said. It's a cruel kind of torture, this open-ended wound, like a movie cutting straight to black way too damn soon. I keep replaying every moment from the week before, trying to find the hidden crack inside our fragile floor. Did I miss a warning sign? Did I say a word too loud? Or did you just get tired of the shadow in our cloud? 'Cause you left without closure, left without a word, leaving me with questions that will never quite be heard. You just slipped out through the static, vanished in the air, and left me loving someone who is no longer there. Now I'm drafting up a script for a final tragic scene, but I'm acting by myself where our future should have been. Yeah, the chapter's fully finished, but the pages won't turn over, 'cause you walked out the door and you left without closure. Give me an explanation, give me a bitter lie, give me a reason to hate you so I can finally cry. Anything is better than this blank and changing wall, where the loudest sound of all is you not returning my call. Yeah, you're not calling back. Without closure, no goodbye, no final glance, just an empty space where we used to dance. Yeah, you just left. You left without closure, without closure. I'm still sitting on the edge of the bed, replaying every single word that you said. The coffee's getting cold, the room is dead silent. Funny how a heartbreak can be so violent without making a sound. Your keys on the counter, your space in the sheets, just a ghost in the hallway that I always meet. I found an old receipt from the night in July. We danced in the rain, didn't care about the sky. You looked in my eyes, held my hand so tight, said we'd make it through any dark night. But the weather changed and you drifted away, leaving me with the wreckage of yesterday. And it hurts because it used to be real. guilt of all the lies that you made me believe. The one that's cutting me too deep to breathe is that you promised forever once. Yeah, you promised forever once. Do you pack up a memory the same way it's closed? Does it bother your conscience? God only knows. Are you sleeping fine in a brand new town while the weight of your absence is pulling me down? I'm picking up pieces you shattered for fun, trying to remember how to live in the sun. 'Cause it hurts, because it used to be real. Now I'm just trying to learn how to feel. You tore down the walls of the home that we built, left me drowning in tears and unspoken guilt of all the lies that you made me believe. The one that's cutting me too deep to breathe is that you promised forever once. Now forever is just a ghost in my head. That you promised forever once. Forever's just a word you used to say, just a breath that you wasted then threw away. The lights are out, the house is cold, and I'm holding a promise that grew too old. You promised forever once. I look at the map of the life that we drew, the cities we'd visit, the things we'd undo. We had the blueprint, the names for the cats, the layout of rooms in our future flats. We were standing right there on the edge of the sky, with the wind in our hair and a fire in our eye. Just one step away from the rest of our years, but we stumbled in place, caught in time and in tears. 'Cause you were my almost, my sweetest what if, the beautiful story that fell off the cliff. We were a heartbeat away from forever, two puzzle pieces that didn't fit together. I hold on to the ghost of the life we had planned, a ring made of smoke on a trembling hand. Of all of the heartbreaks I'll ever go through, the hardest is missing the almost of you. We never quite made it to our do or the ring. We stayed in the hallway of a beautiful thing, a permanent preface to a book never read. Living out lifetimes inside of my head, I I see couples holding hands down on the street, finishing sentences, making it complete. And it cuts like a knife, 'cause I know that we tried, but we died on the vine just a step from the light. 'Cause you were my almost, my sweetest. What if the beautiful story that fell off the cliff? We were a heartbeat away from forever, two puzzle pieces that didn't fit together. I hold on to the ghost of the life we planned, a ring made of smoke on a trembling hand. Of all of the heartbreaks I'll ever go through, the hardest is missing the almost of you. Is it worse to have lost you when you were all mine, or to lose you right here on the boundary line? We were so close, I could taste the sunrise. Now I'm just staring at compromised skies. We almost made it, God. We almost made it. 'Cause you were my almost, my sweetest. What if the beautiful story we pushed off the cliff? We were a heartbeat away from forever, two desperate dreamers who couldn't stay together. Burying the ghost of the life we had planned, washing the smoke right away from my head. Of all of the tortures I'll ever go through, the longest is mourning the almost of you. Just a half-written song, the door left ajar, the closest I'll get to a beautiful star. Yeah, we were right there. You were my almost, my almost. You were my breaking point. I'm familiar with the weight of a heavy load. I've walked the rough patches on a jagged road. I've held up the ceiling when the storms rolled in, and patched up the cracks where the frost had been. I prided myself on how much I could bear, how I could stand steady in the thinning air. Then you came along like a beautiful grace, with a dangerous warmth and a comforting face. I added your burdens on top of my own, and carried your shadow so you weren't alone. I thought I was strong enough to hold up to, but I didn't know the gravity of you. 'Cause I could take the bruises, I could take the blame, I could stand the freezing rain and never curse your name. I could bend 1,000 times before I'd ever snap, walking through the desert It wasn't a scream and it wasn't a fight, just a quiet surrender in the fading light. The moment you lied about where you had been, the final small straw that pushed the steel in. I felt something snap deep down in my chest, the part of my spirit that gave you its best. And the funny thing is, I don't even hate you for the fall. It just made me realize I can't carry it all. You pushed me until there was nothing to lose, forced me to see there was a boundary to choose. I had to shatter to see who I was, to see all the damage that your gravity does. Your name, I could bend 1,000 times before I'd ever snap. Walking through the desert without a single map. Yeah, I could take the pressure till my knuckles turn white, fighting through the worst of it in the middle of the night. But everyone has a limit where the spine starts to bend. You weren't just a chapter, you were the end. I thought I was bulletproof, standing in your joint, but you were my breaking point. My breaking point, my breaking point. Snapping off the wire, the cooling of the fire. I'm standing in the pieces now, learning how to breathe. You thought you'd just been me, but you made me leave. Yeah, you were my breaking point. I used to think you were my steady ground, the only quiet place that I had found. We drew up blueprints for a lifelong home, with walls too thick to ever feel alone. But looking back, the mortar was too thin. We built the roof before the floor was in. It didn't happen with a thunder crack, no sudden lightning turning white to black, just hairline fractures in the bedroom wall, a quiet tilt before the final fall. I watched the plaster start to flake and peel, and traded safety for a spinning wheel. 'Cause I called you my shelter, called you my defense. I thought that loving you made perfect sense, but pillars buckle under heavy skies, and foundations crumble into pretty lies. You weren't the fortress where I went to hide, you were the landslide waiting just inside. I didn't find a savior in your tracks, you were my collapse. Now I am digging through the dust and stone, trying to salvage what I used to own. A broken frame, a shattered glass of wine, the ghost of your hand tangled up in mine. It takes a second for a house to fall, but half a lifetime to rebuild it all. didn't find a savior in your tracks. You were my collapse, just a pile of stone where we used to stand. The dust is settling now across the broken land. I'm pulling myself out from the aftermath. You were my collapse. Yeah, you were my collapse. I kept the porch light burning through the driving rain, holding on to a promise like phantom pain. Everyone else had walked out, everyone else had fled, leaving a trail of bitter words we should have never said. I put all my chips on the table, staked it all on your word, believing in a future that now feels completely absurd. You were the final anchor, keeping me close to the shore, but the chain just snapped, and I'm not floating anymore. 'Cause you were my last hope, the final card in my hand, the last piece of solid ground where I thought I could stand. I watched you turn your back, watched you walk away, and leave me in the ruins of a dark, forgotten day. There are no backups waiting, no tricks up my sleeve, nothing left to cling to, nothing left to believe. Yeah, the sky is falling down and the smoke is starting to choke. God help me, baby, you were my very last hope. You were my last hope. I'm staring at the empty space where your picture used to hang, deafened by the silence of the door that you slammed. I used to tell myself, if everything else goes wrong, I can run back to the place where we both belong. But you locked the front gate, you threw out the key, and became the biggest storm that ever broke over me. It's a different kind of darkness when your rescue boat sinks and you're left to drown in the poison that you drink. 'Cause you were my last hope, the final card in my hand, the last piece of solid ground where I thought I could stand. I watched you turn your back, watched you walk away, and leave me in the ruins of a dark, forgotten day. There are no backups waiting, no tricks up my sleeve, nothing left to cling to, nothing left to believe. Yeah, the sky is falling down and the smoke is starting to choke. God help me, baby, you were my very last hope. When the final lighthouse goes completely dark, where do you look for a tiny saving spark? You don't just lose a lover when the last hope dies, you lose the whole horizon right before your eyes. The ceiling is crashing down. walls are closing in, and the fire's starting to smoke, and I'm suffocating here, 'cause you were my last hope. The final light goes out, the tank is completely dry. Nothing left to say but a cold, hollow goodbye. Yeah, it's over now. The final string broke. You were my last hope, my last hope. I always prided myself on the truth I would speak, never playing the villain, never choosing the weak. I kept my hands clean and my promises straight, a straight line survivor of a crooked line fate. My friends always called me the one they could trust, the solid foundation that would never turn dust. But they didn't see the dark ink on the page, or the secret I locked in a beautiful cage. 'Cause I swore to the world I was doing just fine, that I never looked back at your boundary line. I told them your memory was easy to clear, that I didn't see ghosts when the winter grew near. I've been honest and faithful to everyone else, except for the stories I tell to myself, of all of the secrets that time will deny. You were my absolute beautiful light. Yeah, you were my only light. Somebody asked me about you last night, at a table under a dim kitchen light. I laughed and I smiled, so we just drifted out like it wasn't a wreck or a torturous doubt. I watched the words fall from my lips like a script, smooth as the glass that your fingers had gripped. It's a masterpiece, work of a deceptive art, to smile through the bleeding of a hollowed out heart. 'Cause I swore to the world I was doing just fine, that I never looked back at your boundary line. I told them your memory was easy to clear, that I didn't see ghosts when the winter grew near. I've been honest and faithful to everyone else, except for the stories I tell to myself, of all of the secrets that time will deny. You were my absolute beautiful If the truth sets you free, why am I in chains? Bound by the fiction that nothing remains. I'm a flawless reflection of a person made whole, while a quiet deception is stealing my soul. I just keep pretending. Gotta swear to the world I am doing just fine, while I choke on the smoke of your memories wine. I tell them the history's easy to clear, but I'm screaming your name when there's nobody near. I'm perfectly honest to everyone else, while I burn in the hell that I built for myself, of all of the truths that I buried to die. You were my anchor, my ultimate light, a flawless performance. The crowd walks away, but the truth is a debt that I eventually pay. Yeah, I never lied, except about you. You were my only lie, my only lie. pack the final box and walk into the grave, leaving just a phantom echo of the things you had to say. The front door clicked, the engine fired, the tires gripped the drive, and I was left alone to learn to keep myself alive. You took your coats, you took your keys, you took your favorite chair, and cleared out every tangible reminder you were there. But something heavy lingered when the taillights faded out, a permanent inhabitant to guard the room with doubt. 'Cause you packed up all your clothing, and you took your photographs, you cleared out all the blankets and the echoed little laughs. Yeah, you took your whole existence when you rolled out on the road and left me in the silence with a crushing heavy load. You managed to evaporate, a shadow in the shade, but your goodbye stayed. Yeah, your goodbye stayed. You're sitting in the kitchen right beside the empty mug. It's written in the patterns of the dusty living rug. I try to crowd the spaces with some static from the screen, but it's the loudest entity that I have ever seen. A tour fortress built around the edges of my bed, replaying every syllable that tore us into shred. You didn't leave a forwarding address or telephone, but you left a monument to make sure I'm alone. 'Cause you packed up all your clothing, and you took your photographs, you cleared out all the blankets and the echoed little laughs. Yeah, you took your whole existence when you rolled out on the road and left me in the silence with a crushing heavy load. You managed to evaporate, a shadow in the shade, but your goodbye stayed. It doesn't pay the rent and it doesn't wash the floor. It just stands like a soldier right beside the locking door, an uninvited tenant that refuses to depart, holding a monopoly on a broken heart. It won't let me breathe. God, you packed up all your clothing, you took your photographs, you buried all the history and the echoed little laughs. You took your whole existence when you rolled out on the road and left me in the ruins with this suffocating cold. You managed to evaporate, you're thousands of miles away, but your goodbye stayed. Day after day, it never sleeps, it never fades, a permanent fixture in the custom-built shades. Yeah, you're gone for good, the memory is frayed, but your goodbye stayed. Your goodbye stayed. way that the sunlight caught hold of your hair. We had a small apartment on 4th and Vine, where we swore we'd build an empire over cheap red wine. But the seasons, they shifted, the green turned to rust, and the promises made simply crumbled to dust. I reached for your shoulder in the middle of May, but you felt like a winter that wouldn't go away. 'Cause your heart went cold like a January night, left me freezing inside of the shadows of light. Yeah, the fire we had didn't leave any smoke, just a room full of silence and a bond that we broke. I kept trying to warm up the space where you lay, but you were already a million miles away. Yeah, you left me behind in the freezing dark, when your heart went cold and extinguished the spark. Look right through me like I'm made of glass, just a ghost from a chapter you wanted to pass. Your voice used to wrap around me like a warm wool coat. Now it's just a bitter note stuck in my throat. I ask what went wrong and you don't even blink, just stare at the bubbles dissolving in the sink. It's a different kind of hurt when the person you know turns into a statue made of ice and of snow. 'Cause your heart went cold like a January night, left me freezing inside of the shadows of light. Yeah, the fire we had didn't leave any smoke, just a room full of silence and a bond that we broke. I kept trying to warm up the space where you lay, but you were already a million miles away. Yeah, you left me behind in the freezing dark, when your heart went cold and extinguished the spark. There was nothing left. Extinguish the spark. Nothing but frost on the window pane, nothing but icicles instead of the rain. Yeah, you froze me out, your heart went cold, so cold. I changed the layout of the living room floor, moved the coat rack away from the door. I burned the letters and I deleted the text, trying to clear out what we built next. I packed the year in a cardboard crate and left it out by the highway gate. But the physical clearing is a pointless art when the real tenant is living in my heart. 'Cause you took your keys and you took your car and you ran off to some distant star. Yeah, you managed to pack up and clear the stage, turning the leaf on a brand new page. You went away easy, you got to retrieve the pieces of you that you wanted to keep, but your memory won't leave. No, your memory leave. It sits in the passenger seat of my truck, telling me stories of how we got stuck. It breathes in the static of the radio dial, mimicking the curves of your quietest smile. I can go to a bar, I can drink with the crowd, try to turn the background music up loud, but it sits at the table, a permanent guest, holding a monopoly inside of my chest. 'Cause you took your keys and you took your car and you ran off to some distant star. Yeah, you managed to pack up and clear the stage, turning the leaf on a brand new page. You went away easy, you got to retrieve the pieces of you that you wanted to keep, but your memory won't leave. It doesn't require a room or a bed, it just built a fortress inside of my head. An uninvited ghost that refuses to fade, caught in the ruins of the promises we made. It won't let me slip away. Sudden release, no closing of the door, just a quiet shadow on the bedroom floor. Yeah, you're thousands of miles away, the history is cheap, but your memory won't leave. It won't let me sleep.